And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever. Alright, I've got her paused here. We have an upgrading process. We are now upgrading quite a bit, and all the way down the line, finally our tools are upgrading as well. As you can see, production is at 1200, but we still are demanding about 3800 of each. So this should, as this upgrades, we should really start pushing a lot more tools and machines into each of the cities that we service. Now, the next part of this is going to be a little different from what I usually do, because I want to use these existing lines that we are feeding into these cities to feed the rest of the materials. So if we look at hub, we are missing goods and fuel. Now, we are already sending in commercial stuff like food and industrial stuff like construction material. So it would make sense to utilize those same lines and those same trains to send in even more material. And to highlight that idea, I am going to first do fuel, because we have got this production facility down here with plenty of production capability left over. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take fuel from here and we're going to push it up into these areas up here. And these trains are going to be able to then deliver fuel as well as construction material. So the first thing that we need to do is actually retrofit these trains in order to tell the game that yes, indeed, we could deliver fuel up here. So to highlight that, we're going to come over here. This is an old train, 39 years old. He's just about at his age limit. And so we're going to update him, and we're going to set him up, and we're going to do, we're going to keep him as orange. That is fine. Set him up with the gray super awesome NSB, and then we're going to set up the tank cars for fuel. And I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, let's see, 250 fuel. Well, if we do 6, that's an even 300 fuel. And then on the state cars, we're going to set these to construction material. And these are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7 of these. So this basic blueprint is what we're going to use to change all of these trains around. Okay, so where are our other trains? So this guy is thankfully coming back with us here. So we're going to do a replacement, orange, gray NSB, and then the HH tank car for fuel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the state car for construction material, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are like full length trains now that we're going to be pushing material into. So that one is set to replace. Okay. And the hub is not as old. It's a more recent update, but we'll still be able to replace it. So let's set this replacement, and we're going to clear this out. And we're going to set vehicle again with the same layout, the gray NSB. And first, the fuel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the state car set to construction material, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he is going to be updated, and the last one is right here, I believe. Yes, north. So we're gonna set. Oh, I didn't set vehicle yet. Orange, NSB, HH tank car, fuel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, And then the state car, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 25% yes. So when these all update, that will tell the system over here that, oh, we demand some fuel. Otherwise, we could set this fuel line up and there would really be nothing telling the game that we need fuel. So these have to be updated first. So let's hope this guy changes around here. He should. There we go. We actually have a little bit of leeway here. We could increase the amount of material that we're moving. I will keep that in mind for future use. So we're going to set this up to 100% no, because we have the option of delivering even more material. Okay, so he replaced. So you can see the construction material at 350, fuel 300. So we're going to set this to no 100%. In north, let's see, train 16, this is done already. Looks like this one is done already. So if we go up here, this guy's going way north. How is the supply here in north? 84% construction material. That's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but it's okay. And north would be a great spot to dump some food as well, but we already maxed our food out. So this train's gonna load in here. Let's see how long. See, we have, as soon as it empties out, should replace. Oh no, we are definitely max size. So I'm gonna set this to 100% no, just because. Okay. So now that there's fuel demand up here, we need to deliver some fuel. So let's get that up and running. We're going to do 240 high speed. Although everybody wants me to do 320. So that's, I mean, that is a massive, that's massive. I don't need that much space. Because it also lowers, or it increases the slowdown time as the train comes into it. So I really don't need all of that. So 240 is fine. I want to make sure we're hitting all of those platforms and that we're pointed in the general direction of our fuel. So our fuel is going to come from here. So I actually want this to be bent in a little bit more. And we're going to try, let's move it out just a little bit. And we're going to want right in there. That's perfect, right there. Because it covers, I needed to cover this one too. So it covers that platform. Obviously it covers these ones over here. So the fuel is going to come from this station here. And we're going to spin her around and try to get, well, that's quite a ways away. So it's right there. Okay. So it's right there. We're going to come in right in here and try to link this up. It's going to have a graceful curve on it. And obviously we're going to want to double it up. So it's going to have a nice graceful curve. And then do we want to go up or down with it? I think we already have a tunnel. Yeah, we already have a tunnel through here. And I'm a little leery about building one in there because we're going to need to really add some signals to this, because we're probably going to have, I don't know, 4 trains on this run on just one of these sides. So let's take it out here, kind of bend it how we want it, and then take this side and do the same thing, because I need a little bit of track to put in the sides, the duplicates, or the however you split the track, the fork track maneuver. So we're gonna join that up like that, and then raise it up above the fold. It's a long bridge. Granted, it's a long bridge, but I think that will work just fine. So next step is going to be the doubling of the track. So we're going to take this all the way up. Nice graceful curves on here, so no major issues there. Now that we're starting the bridge, I want to make sure that's built. And then we can start the bridge. You know, I'm going to pause the game just because it'll make doing this a little bit... Oh! You got to dial it back a little bit. There we go. Sometimes when you're building stuff, it kind of messes up and gives you a warning, but just go back, build it, continue on. Oh, did I match that up right? I did. Okay. Okay, dial it back a little bit. Now, make sure that's split. Okay, the track has been doubled. Let's put these signals in and go periodically. Enough space for the train to get a good running start. Again, this is a pretty long stretch, but the trains we have are pretty powerful, and we shouldn't run into any issues. Okay, so this is where the fuel is going to be dropped off. Now I need a depot, and I don't want to put one on this side. So I'm going to put one on this side, and it'll just load in here. It won't do anything while it's in there. It'll just kind of stop by and say hi. Okay, now we need a line, new line, and this one's going to be a dark red. So we're going to go from here to here. I usually do a dark red for fuel. Okay, so this is going to be south fuel bulk. So this is the bulk delivery of fuel, and how it's divided up here is kind of up to the game. Okay, so let's buy some trains. We're going to do a dark red, and we're going to do NSBs, and we're going to do HH tank car set to fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to do 12 of these babies and 4 trains on this line because it's a long line and we need a good amount of delivery. So this is South Fuel Bulk. We are ready to go, and this should, let's start her back up again. This should detect that there is fuel demand. So let's keep that open for now. And this probably won't be this month. Yep. See, it didn't hit it in July. So this train has got to kind of get on its merry way, and I just love that dark red color. Looks like these tanks are ready to burst any minute. So they can haul a lot of fuel. I didn't need 12 of these, but I have them anyway. So right now it looks like these are doing pretty good. This must be a 320 length. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are like a 320 length. So the construction material, we're pretty much at our production limit, which you see there, 3423. We're at 3462. So we're at our production limit, and in order to give this a little bit more boost, we are moving it along. So there you can see 1601 fuel demand. You can see that, oh, we are indeed in need of fuel. So let's start delivering fuel, which is good because that means this will demand more crude. And you know, now that we have actually 2 lines already built for crude, so when that demand gets up, we'll have to keep an eye on these supplies in order to make sure that we're delivering what we need. But you can see these trains are spaced apart quite a bit, and hopefully they'll get a little bit closer together. Come on, turn around. There you go. So one train is leaving this station. This train is actually just arriving, and he's gonna be able to pick up quite a lot of fuel his first go. Probably three plus trains or wagons, 3+ wagons worth of fuel, with plenty of room to spare. So he's picking up fuel. 180 on the dot. With the next train coming through, this one is, looks like, yeah, we've got all 4 trains on the track now. We got this one coming in, this one coming in, and this one coming in. So as they space themselves out to be a little bit more ideal, that is good there. So you can see the 1603. I'm hoping that it increases because we should be demanding just as much fuel as we are construction material, because they're delivering essentially to the same systems. So maybe as these tracks update, maybe as I deliver the fuel, the first delivery of the fuel will probably go a long ways to update that line. It's seeing the initial demand, and hopefully we'll be able to deliver a little bit more. So let me see what we get for this first delivery of fuel to the bulk market here, and then the trains themselves will be able to move it into the city as the final leg. I'm going to do the same thing with goods, and goods are going to go into where we're delivering food, because both goods and food use the boxcar. So I'll be able to retrofit the trains. What do we get? 20 million. Not bad. So you can see here the fuel adds up. Now we've got ton of fuel, and it looks like Westy is getting the first big dose of fuel. That's good. Look at that, 122 fuel, and we got a little bit of fuel for the hub. And hopefully that will update a little bit of the industry. Well, it looks like our next fuel is going in, and we only have 98 in this one, and we have 78 in that one. So a little less in each one of those. 79. System will update itself though. So now we've got some more fuel. No fuel yet for the north. That's interesting. And no fuel for Eastish, I think. Yeah, Eastish isn't getting any fuel at all. It's going to probably try to load up those markets first, especially with the hub getting some fuel now. So So we got 90, 100, and wow, we got quite a lot of fuel going into the hub. That's good though. Look at that, we are out of crude over here. So this system really started demanding crude. And our crude trains, I mean, we got plenty of capacity, but now it's a matter of frequency. We got lots and lots of crude coming in. See how fast it's chewing through it? Yeah. Now that we're delivering 2 different types of material, the system should update itself and update the demand and update the supply. Everything along the way gets updated. And how are these doing? These have upgraded to 3200, and we are short on steel still. How's our steel? 6400. What do we? We should be able to push out quite a lot of steel, although our demand is only 2800, and we're producing actually over that. This factory has a tough time demanding steel. Although we have 4100 demand here, I don't know why that's not transferring to this. That 4100 should be reflected over here. And we got lots of people moving around, and now we should start seeing fuel supply. There's the fuel supply in there, so industry should react accordingly. And we got lots of people waiting over here, and we got another fuel delivery. 197, 21 million. Oh, beautiful. All right, tons of fuel. Yeah, there's a lot of fuel that's going into Westy. I'm thinking it has to do with the... No, maybe not. I'm not sure. At this point, I'm not sure. Did you get any fuel? You got some fuel, so everything looks pretty good. 160 fuel. So Westy is actually getting a good amount of that fuel. Yeah, 33%. So as these cities get all of the fuel they need, it'll start distributing it to all the other cities, and hopefully that will be reflected here. So we're up to 1800 now, and you can see we're already set to upgrade because we just added so much more demand for materials in this thing. We're gonna really push out a lot of stuff, and plastic is doing gangbusters right now. We got plenty of plastic. For some reason, steel is still tough. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.